Good day, everyone. Thank you for watching this. At least this is my way of giving back for your efforts in answering your modules. This is my way of providing an effort as a teacher, okay, to you, my learners. Today, we will be discussing about why is it that there are a lot of evil things that are happening in this world. Why are we suffering from this virus that we have now? Why are there killings, murders, robberies in the world? Why is it that some people are corrupt? And why do we experience some malignant things, bad things, even if we are very good to other citizens? Even if we are so kind to people, why do we experience bad experiences? Let's check out. These bad happenings that are happening to us right now, they are all evil. Okay? Although the atheists do not, or they deny the existence of God, but they believe that evil exists. Since both theists, those people who believe in God, and atheists, those people who deny the existence of God, believe in evil, therefore we can say that evil truly exists. But what is evil? Moral evil is the evil that is committed by purpose, committed by us. Okay? We decide to commit sin, okay? And then we inflict evil. That is moral evil. Natural evil, on the other hand, is evil that we are not responsible for. For example, our calamities, disasters, earthquake, floods. Okay? Well, you decide whether coronavirus is a moral evil or a natural evil. But before we can continue to provide a lengthy discussion about the problem of evil, let's first assess what is the distinction of both theist and atheist. Theists believe that God is omnipotent, that God is all-powerful, and that they also believe that God is omniscient. He is all-knowing. And they also believe that God is omnibenevolent, that He is all good. But atheists, on the other hand, believe that there is a contradiction between the attributes of God. Here comes now the logical problem of evil. Since the believers believe that God is all-knowing, He is omniscient, Therefore, He knows that evil exists. And God, they also believe that God is all-powerful. Therefore, God can stop evil. And they believe that God is omnibenevolent, meaning He is all good. Therefore, He should want the evil to stop. Right? Okay? But the atheist found a contradiction there. Okay, so let me explain to you what is the contradiction that is seen by the atheist from the belief of the theist. So, contradictory belief is a set of beliefs is contradictory if and only if it is not possible for all of them to be true together. For example, first premise, today is Monday. Second premise, it is not the case that today is Monday, meaning you are simply saying that today is not Monday. Again, the first premise is today is Monday, and second, it is not Monday. Of course, you will be confused. You will put yourself into confusion because how could you say that today is Monday and the other is saying that today is not Monday? Okay, another example. All birds can fly. That's the first premise. Second premise, penguins are birds. Okay? And the third premise, therefore, penguins can fly.
That is supposedly, but the case here is penguins can't fly. So maybe because we have to give up something, okay? That is the reasoning of the atheist, that we have to give up something because all the things here cannot be true. So meaning, if we say today is Monday, we have to give up the second premise that today is not Monday. We only have to accept one premise. The same thing with the second example. All birds can fly. Penguins are birds. But of course, penguins can't fly. Okay? Meaning you have to give up that all birds can fly. Give that up. So you change now the first premise that all birds can fly into all birds cannot fly. Okay? So that's the thing that the atheist would like to say. So, here's the catch. So, let me now provide a brief explanation of the argument, the problem of evil. And again, we already claim that God is omnipotent, omnibenevolent, and omniscient. So, He is U. So, the first premise would be if God exists, then He or she or it would be U. Meaning, this is just an hypothesis that he, she, or it, because some religious denominations would use a feminine touch of God. Okay, so for the second premise, if an omniscient, omnibenevolent, and omnipotent God exists, then there would be no evil. Okay, why is that? Because of course he is all-knowing being, so of course he knows where the evil is. Okay, and he is all-powerful being, so he could prevent evil. And if he is an all-good being, then of course he would try to prevent evil, or he should prevent evil. Therefore, there would be no evil. Okay? So that is the defense of omnipotent, omniscient, omnibenevolent God. Okay? So we say that God exists. Yes, that is our assumption. Okay? And if we now conclude from premises 1, 2, and 3, we can have the conclusion that there is no evil. Okay? If we check the rules, if we check the logic, that's true. But again, we have this obvious claim that there is evil, or we can see in this world that there are floods, okay, there are killings, there are murders, and there is evil, and we now say that that is the contradiction. Okay?
If God is so powerful, he could stop evil. And he is all good, in which he should want to stop evil. Why is it that he is not doing it? Along those lines, we can think that why is it that God is allowing evil to happen? Maybe he is not good enough? Or he is not all good at all? Or is he not powerful enough? Since you have heard, maybe in the Bible, that God is a jealous God and God is a punisher God, basically from the Old Testament. Because in the New Testament, all we can hear is about Jesus and the apostles. But in the Old Testament, we can really see that God is somewhat a jealous God. And He is a God who punishes. And that is why maybe you have this idea that God is not all good at all. But basically, there are a lot of theologians, okay, those who study theology, the study of God, who believes that God is all good. And the Catholic Church really believe that God is all good. He is an omnibenevolent God. But how can we prove that if God is all good, why is it that evil exists? Well, there are a lot of defense that even if evil exists, it doesn't rule out the goodness of God. One of the most popular defenses is the free will defense. Free will defense means that God maximizes the goodness in the world by creating free beings. Okay? So meaning, He maximizes the goodness in this world by creating free beings. Being free means that we have the choice whether to do evil or not. Meaning, free will defense says that God did not cause evil. God doesn't create evil, but evil cannot be avoided without depriving us from our freedom. Meaning, if He take away that freedom so that evil can be avoided, is that a good world? Is that what we want? If you have watched the Netflix original series Lucifer, you can say that the protagonist there, Lucifer, is claiming that God is manipulating him, that all things in the world is manipulated by God. If that's the case, is that a good world? So we can say that the world without freedom is the worst place of all. So this preserves now the goodness of God. He created for us the best possible world. Meaning, it preserves also His omniscience, His being omniscient, that He is all-knowing, and being omnipotent, that He is all-powerful, even if He can stop. He knows that He has a good reason to ensure our freedom. God created beings who can decide, who has free will. Okay? We are not created as mere robots, okay, that can be easily manipulated. God guides us, but still, we can decide whether to abide by His guidance or not. Evil exists because God provided us with free will for us to choose freely. Evil, yes, He can stop evil, but He is still all good. He knows that He can stop evil, but He knows also that He should not manipulate humans. He should not take away the free will of humans. Because if we say that God must take away all evil, then if someone would steal, then God would prevent that. Okay? But how does that make us? We will become just like robots. Okay? We cannot decide on our own, and free will is taken away from us. But this free will defense can only answer, again, the other evil, or the evil that we call the moral evil. The evil that is decided by us. The evil that we committed on purpose. Okay? How about the natural evil? Since free will defense addresses only what is known as moral evil, how about the natural evil, or the evil that is done by the natural calamities, or the evil that we are not responsible for? John Hick, in his soul-making theodicy, posits that we are not God's pet, meaning God is not our benevolent owner, but rather he deliberately argued that God created us as unfinished beings, meaning we are still in the process of creation, that the earth life is designed to toughen us. It means that this imperfect world is somehow preparing us for a perfect life, for a perfect world. Meaning, imperfect world makes us. Okay? So meaning, right now, we are here in this world full of evil because this world is not yet perfect. This world is a preparation for the perfect world. God wants to build us, to train us. So we need this environment that would somehow suit to this kind of growth. We need evil for us to understand goodness. It's like we need bitterness for us to understand sweetness. Okay? Sometimes we have to experience pain for us to appreciate comfort. Okay? So that is somewhat like the idea of John Hick that evil is necessary after all. To put it simply, John Hick's idea is that evil in this world is somehow contributing for our goodness. Again, that evil exists for us to be able to have a good decision. Because if we don't have evil, then we don't have to weigh things. If we don't have evil, then there is no bad thing, and goodness is just there. But if there is no bad, can we still call that good? Again, we need evil for us to be able to understand goodness. Meaning, evil is truly necessary for us to be able to attain this goodness. But to refute John Hick, why is it that there are small evil or simple evil, like a paper cut, or like a headache, like a stomach ache, or sometimes we just trip off, or somehow we got kitchen accidents, like we cut something in our skin. Those are also evil. So what about those? Are those evil would somehow contribute to any goodness that we have? Well, to refute that argument, we can say that there is always a good thing that would somehow corresponds to and proportionate to any evil for that matter. Again, if we argue that what about the evil of cutting something in your skin, what goodness that proportionate of? Well, maybe we can say that next time you will learn how to take good care of yourself. You will learn not to be clumsy. The thing is, we can also argue that some evil would not give us a chance to become or to exercise goodness or to become stronger. Like calamities. A lot of evil kill us. Well, to answer that argument, okay, we can trace back our answer to Saint Thomas Aquinas. Okay? Saint Thomas Aquinas posited that God permits evil for a higher purpose or for a higher reason. Yes, it is truly mysterious that God allows evil for higher purpose or for a good reason that we cannot understand. Of course, we cannot understand mainly because He is God. If we can understand God, then He is not worthy of a God, of being a God. If we can understand Him, then maybe because we are better than Him. Yes, it is truly hard to fathom or to understand the reasons of God. Of course, because we are just humans. God is on a different level. He is above than all of us. Of course, we cannot understand Him because if we can, then He is not worthy of being a God. Of course, we are just humans. We do have limitations in our understanding and even in our intellect. Take this analogy for example. We are like babies who cries during vaccination. Because babies only would understand that why are you inflicting pain on me? It is very painful. It hurts. Mom, Why do you inflict this pain? I can't understand. So we are like babies, okay? That when we are inflicted with pain, we can't understand at all. But again, vaccination is for our own good. And God inflicts pain also for our own good. And God allows this pain not because He wants us really to suffer, but because it is also for our own good.